Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Holy Name dominated Game 1 of our doubleheader, taking down North Olmsted by a final of 15-1. In Game 2, it's crosstown rival and former conference foes Normandy trying to displace the Namers, the Invaders, and the Green Wave up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Namer Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
And there's another one! It's back-to-back Jags for KSU Tuscarawas! Needs the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable! Once again, good afternoon from Ron Mottl Field on the campus of Tri-C West for some OHSAA baseball. This time it is the Normandy Invaders trying to knock off the Holy Name Green Wave. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Cam, I believe you do have an exciting update from Alliance, Ohio in regard to the OAC Baseball Championship game.
I do. So as of right now, BW, after a big 6-run 7th inning, currently on top of Ohio Northern 9-6 in the bottom of the 9th inning with 1 out. 2 outs away from securing that OAC OAC championship for the second year in a row.
And based on the way that you guys started this season, a really impressive response for those who watched the doubleheader on the SmeeSports YouTube channel back in April. Mount Union outplayed them in every facet of the game, but the team that is on the field right now looks 10 times better over in Alliance. So shout out to BW if they do, in fact, win the OAC championship. But looking at this game, Cam, this is a team that kind of has an interesting place in your heart, I'm sure. Going back to your senior night, this is the team that prevented you guys from winning on senior night. But the next day, courtesy of a Joey Ragone home run, you guys were able to knock them off. You split the season series last year. Now it's a new group of guys, a lot of stars on both sides. What is going to be the key factor in deciding the winner of this contest?
I think if Holy Name is able to hit like they did in that first game, it really is just a no-brainer to me. I mean, came out swinging hot in the bottom of the first and really never looked back from that point on.
And in the meantime, just counting up the total hits, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're still going. That's only 2 go-arounds there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 total hits, I believe, in game number 1. 15 runs scoring, 15 won the final. Pitching was a big point of emphasis. Russell Maceda, not the fastest guy on the mound, but he gets the job done. This time out, it's Brendan Preissel, an interesting pitcher, obviously, for those who have been around the Holy Name Baseball program for a long time. You remember older brother Connor, who is now pitching at Miami of Ohio over in Oxford. He is nowhere near the level of his brother, for sure, but Brendan Preissel can be a good pitcher. What does he need to do to get a hot start? Obviously, given the potency of this Normandy lineup, he has to be careful of what he throws.
Yeah, definitely got to be careful what he throws, but I think it's really important. We talked about it in that first game, the first pitch strike, getting ahead of the batter early, making him kind of uncomfortable late in the count, and really, I think that's what he has to do here.
It is Reyes, Wolf, and Hinkle set to hit in the top of the first. You look at Reyes batting .302, Wolf batting .267, Hinkle batting .256. So 3 guys with a pretty good average to get the game underway for the Invaders. He is going to need to be on his A game today. As for the Namer defense in game number 2, as mentioned, Preissel is on the mound. Torzidlo completes the battery. Masetta is over at first base with Svets at second. Nemeth over at short. Nemeth is the designated hitter today in this game. Sastry over at third in his place. Stibley in left. Frank in center. And Wisniewski in right sets the defense for the Green Wave. As for Normandy, we talked about their first 3 guys. Reyes, the designated hitter. Wolf, the pitcher. Hinkle, the shortstop. Then it goes Sycon, the first baseman. Steele, the center fielder. Sabin, the third baseman. Simmons, the second baseman. And the 8-hole, it's Evan Lucas, the left fielder. And rounding out the batting order, it is Cullen Rooney, the catcher. The designated hitter, Reyes, he is not in for the pitcher, as I mentioned. He is in for Cam Justice, who will play right field defensively for the Normandy Invaders. So far this calendar year, Normandy 6-12, but winners of 3 straight games. Momentum can be a very transitory thing. We saw that with Holy Name taking down Gilmore, then losing to Orange. But with a big win against North Olmsted, Holy Name is back in the right direction, and whichever team wins today has a good chance of carrying that momentum into the next game. If you are Normandy, you are hoping this transfers to your game at Bay on the 12th. If you're Holy Name, at Padua.
Yeah, exactly. Holy Name's definitely got those Padua games circled, and really, they always a rivalry game. Now they're in the same conference again, and obviously, like I said, a big rivalry game, and really want to show out for those games.
Victor Reyes about to step into the batter's box. 16 total hits this year. He has 2 doubles and 8 stolen bags. So Normandy, they look like an aggressive team on paper. Will that translate over to this game? Only time will tell. The time on my watch is 2:59 p.m. Preissel set on the mound, ready to begin his afternoon. And we are underway at Ron Mottl Field. First pitch of the afternoon is taken for a ball at 2:59 p.m. But Preissel is going to look to battle early in these counts. Getting a first pitch strike is going to be a big deal, but he follows up the ball with a strike swinging 1-1. And you look back to last game, I believe Russell began the outing with a ball, so this could be a sign of things to come.
If I remember correctly, he did.
Same game script so far. Now 1-2 the count as Reyes fouls it into the backstop. But Normandy looking for their 4th win in a row. In between the wins against Valley Forge, it was a 10-0 demolition of North Olmsted. Preissel ready to go for the 1-2. Fouled away again. Reyes getting a good amount of contact after the first swing and miss. 3rd foul ball now?
Correct.
And that will be a key factor in deciding how long Preissel pitches in this game. If he is taken out early due to pitch count, that could really open the door for Normandy. The 1-2 miss as well off the plate. Count even. Expect to see a lot of battles just like this as the game progresses. You want to see a good battle between the pitcher and the batter, but if you're Holy Name, you don't want it to get too far. Foul ball number 4 of the at-bat. Reyes continues to battle. I am really impressed with his resilience in the box right now. He has been on point. He's doing what we need him to do. Fight. The 2-2 down low, and it is full. A great battle to get us underway in game number 2. If you're Preissel, what's the pitch?
Fastball.
We will see where he places the eventual payoff pitch. 3-2 the count. Here it is. Well, off the plate, it is low. A lead-off walk is gifted to Victor Reyes. Good patience in the box. He really battled in there, hung in some tough pitches. It was 1-2, but after fouling off, I believe a total of 5 offerings, he is able to work the count to get on base That's exactly what you want from your leadoff guy. A hard battle resulting in him reaching the base path. Now it is the star Peyton Wolf stepping in. 267 average on the year. And he lines it right up the middle. It's through. That's the first hit of the game for Normandy. And no surprise, it comes from number 28. We will watch that one back, but a perfect piece up the gut. Very similar to what we saw from Joe Svetz's hit in the last game.
Yeah, kind of just almost hit Preisel on the mound, but now it looks like Torres Zedlow is going to go out and talk to Preisel, try and probably calm him down here, make sure he's all good after that.
From what I heard, I think the next option after Preisel is Nemec. And then from there, it could go to a guy like Alexic, who is not in this game right now. He has not pitched for varsity, I don't think, in his career, but he does have a pitching background. And with Padua awaiting on Monday, you have to keep your resources available for conference play. Now stepping in, it is Nick Hinkle, the shortstop. 2 on, nobody out in the top of the first. Preisel unable to find the zone on the first pitch, 1-0. So on first pitches that were not swung at, 2 balls. Preisel looking to regather this inning. 2 on behind, the 1-0. Now 2-0. You could not have the bases load up this early in the game.
Absolutely not.
He definitely needs something. You don't want to say lob it in, but at some point that is going to become a conversation. 2-0 the count. 2 runners on. Preisel sets and fires. Just above. 3 balls in a row. That was probably the closest of the bunch, though.
Yeah, I thought that one was pretty close, but still a ball nonetheless.
A ball here, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Preisel needs a strike here. And he will finally get it. 3-1 the count on the delayed call.
Yeah, that was a very delayed call. I didn't know if he was going to get it.
It definitely looked good from up here, so I agree with the decision. Preisel now has 1. He needs a second strike. 3-1 the count on Hinkle. Sky to right side. If this is playable and caught, that is huge for Holy Name, but it will fall right in front of a slipping towards Zidlow.
Yeah, and you know as a catcher how difficult really that is to make.
With the sun just beating down, hot afternoon, given that it's not an easy play, especially for towards Zidlow. He caught all of game number 1. I'm sure there is some fatigue there. He just needs to battle through it. It's a lot easier said than done. Preisel has him full, trying to win this payoff pitch. This can really determine the trajectory of this ball game. Runners go. Payoff is popped into center field. It might be panic time, and they have a clear out at 2, and there it is. 2 outs. Beautiful work by the defense.
Yeah, I think the runner on second might have just lost track of the baseball, didn't realize that it was popped into center for the easy out and easy turned double play there.
Once again, the man of the hour is Harrison Frank. Holy Name's somehow second 8-6 double play of the ball game. Runner at first with 2 down, and this inning all of a sudden becomes somewhat positive for the Green Wave.
I mean, yeah, a little bit positive, but at the same time, kind of caught of a little bit of a lucky break. You still need to get out of it.
Runner goes. The throw down is on a hop, and it is there in time from towards Zidlow. Backs against the wall. The defense unfazed retires the side. What a job.
Yeah, a very unconventional. We had 4 batters this inning, and none of the batters, actually I was going to say none of the batters themselves got out of the fly out, but 2 outs made on the base pass by Normandy. A little bit of the mental error on the one, and this other one, just a great throw there by towards Zedlow.
That is the definition of having your pitchers back. Middle of 1 at Ron Mottl Field. Holy Name's defense. A heater of an inning. Experiencing pain of any kind?
Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field for the bottom of the first inning. We will toss it over to Cam as he has some score updates from around the college grounds.
So we talked about it earlier, the North Coast Athletic Conference. The College of Denison defeats Worcester 10-5. I think that game was a championship game. Not too 100% sure about that. But over in the OIC, my Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets have defeated my brothers, Ohio Northern Polar Bears, to win the OIC championship 9-6. Congratulations to the baseball team.
And shout out to former Holy Name baseball player Adam Humanick. He may not have gotten in this year, but still on the travel roster, a very impressive feat as a freshman. We saw him make so many great plays throughout his time here at Holy Name, and we wish him the best as his collegiate career continues to progress. 0 on the count on Frank, now 0-2. Two quick strikes on the mound for the starter of Normandy, Peyton Wolf. And Wolf had a single back in the the top half of the first. Swing and a miss from Frank. It is a 3-pitch strikeout to begin the home half of the first.
Yeah, made quick work of him there. Lefty on righty, and goes up and goes down.
But that is a really big contrast to the start of the last game. We'll watch it back real quick before the next pitch. In the meantime, it is strike one taken by Nemeth. And these late calls are really going to kill these teams. It takes a good 5 seconds until we have the decision, so we will see how that impacts how this goes.
Kills the team and it kills us.
Count now even for sure. Score update from Pennsylvania. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. RV Messiah up 3-0 on Mount Union Women's Lacrosse. The 1-1 breaks in, popped by Nemeth deep to center field, still going back, and finally tracked down by Steele for out number 2. A powerful crack by Nemeth. That's what we expect from him. But a very good job in center to get underneath that one. It's plays like that that killed North Olmsted in game number 1. Normandy, it looks like, learning from the mistakes of the predecessor in that dugout. Now Wisniewski steps in, swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. And you look at Wolf's ERA entering play today, 7.97 through 9 2/3 innings pitched. This is really good from him. This is potentially a breakout performance today.
Yeah, at least from the looks of it at the start, could very well change very quickly. But
the 1-1 runs in, and that is strike 2. A good spot somewhat in on the batter Wisniewski. No way he could have gotten there. A very good offering, and we will see what he can do with an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Peyton Wolf, what a start to the day. He strikes out Frank and Wisniewski, and the namer order goes in order. We will watch back that punch out one final time, but Cam, Peyton Wolf is really impressing early on in this game.
yeah, just like you were saying, 3 up and 3 down.
And there is the final out of the inning. Wisniewski unable to catch up to it. 1 inning down at Ron Mottl Field. No score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Andrew Sykon will try again in the batter's box for Normandy after his last at-bat was interrupted by Torzillo throwing down and retiring a runner to end the inning. A good defensive start from the Green Wave, but their offense fell flat.
Yeah, just like you said, good start, kind of on the defense. Looked a little scary there early. Double play definitely helped, and then Wolf making quick work of the Green Wave batters.
First pitch of the inning is chopped foul by Sykon. 0-1 the count. So after a hot start, somehow in some way, it is only the 4, 5, and 6 hitters set to hit in this frame. The 0-1. Misses low, count even. We will continue to have score updates of other collegiate games as we get them. I don't think too many high schools are in action as of right now, but if we do see any scores, we will update those. 1-2 now the count on Sykon as he swings and misses down low. After Sykon, it goes to Steele, then Sabin. The 1-2. Breaks upstairs, count now even. For Holy Name, their defense really told the story of the first. Harrison Frank, a big play out in center, an 8-6 double play. Got the first 2 outs, then Torzillo got the final 1. Count remains 2-2 as Sykon fouls away yet another pitch. A lot of foul balls so far in this game, at least for Normandy, as they have been able to time up Preisel pretty well. Preisel tries the 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. His first strikeout of the day retires Sykon. Beautiful first at-bat of the second for Preisel. We will watch that one back. Cam, when you look at this pitch from Preisel, probably his best of the day.
Yeah, just a really, really good pitch there, and this inning starts off a lot better than the last one did.
Goes from left to right from our vantage point, or right to left. That is the way he wants that fastball to go, and it got the job done, and immediately he attacks again. 0-1 the count on Steele. Andrew Steele batting .348 this year, 16 hits, 10 RBIs, 1 double, and 3 stolen bases. Swing and a miss, now 0-2. We saw the offense in game 1. This could be a defensive battle in game number 2. Preisel looking for a second straight strikeout. Unable to get it quite yet as it is popped out of play down the right field line. There is the foul ball once again in play. It'll be interesting to see how Steele approaches the 0-2 once again. I think we are going to see some sort of breaking ball here from Preisel. Maybe down low, get a chase similar to the one from Sykon. But we will see. Here's the 0-2 once again. Right in there, but just off the plate, says the home plate umpire. Very close to strike 3. Steele has another life. 1-2 the count. Preisel will try again. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul, and that, I believe, collided with the umpire.
Ow.
Once again, another foul tip. Second one of the at-bat from Steele. Then you look at Sabin, who wears number 33, 270 average, 10 hits, 5 RBIs. A very consistent order from top to bottom for Normandy. A stark contrast to the lineup of North Olmsted.
Very, very true.
Still a 1-2 count on Lucas Steele. Preissel sets and fires. Ground ball over towards short. Nemeth scoops it up and chucks across the diamond. It is in time to Masetta. 2 up, 2 down. A good start defensively to the frame for the Green Wave. That is the second put out of the game for Nick Nemeth. This time he has the throw opposed to the tag/tap. And just watching this one back, he does a good job, takes his gather step. Masetta stretch in plenty of time. The Namer defense getting back to their best as Logan Sabin will now step in. The third hitter of the inning with 2 outs. He will try and get the offense of Normandy rolling. But first he will see a strike from Preissel, who has done a nice job settling into this ball game. 0-1 the count. Carries too far off the plate this time. 1-1. This is Brendan's first outing on the bump this season. He pitched a little bit last year, but not all that much. So this could be another option come the playoffs if he continues this performance. 1-2 the count on Sabin. This would be a big out, number 3 for Preissel. A dominant inning, but he is still 1 strike away. He sets and fires the 1-2. Swing and a miss. The side is retired. Brendan Preissel, 2 strikeouts this inning. And just like that, Normandy goes in order as well. Based on the way the Invaders came out firing in the top of the first, I did not expect this from Preissel and the Green Wave defense. But either way, with a little bit of help from Nemeth, Preissel retires the middle of the order in order. Middle of 2 at Ron Mottl Field, no score.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Holy Name looking for their first hit of game number 2. Sastry, Nemec, and Svet set to hit in the bottom of the second inning. This is OHSAA Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon as Sastry fouls away the first pitch of the inning. But JR back in the last game, he did have an RBI single. He wanted a little bit more, but was unable to make good contact. Another bit of foul work as he fouls it down the left field line.
Score update. This one happened a little bit earlier today, but the Rochester Institute of Technology was able to defeat OAC winners Ohio Northern 20-3 in the second round.
Ball 1 called on Sastry. But JR looking for a big break, looking for a pitch that he can really make his own. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. It is a leadoff strikeout for Peyton Wolf. That is his third of the day. 75% strikeout rate so far for Peyton. A dominant start on the mound. Now it turns to Garrett Nemec, the designated hitter. He had a couple of good hits back in game number 1, in which Holy Name took down North Olmsted 15-1. Breaking ball misses out of the zone. Not enough dippage. 1-0 the counts on Garrett. Nemec started last game at third base, but to rest his arm and potentially use him as an option out of the pen, Coach Masetta opted for him to be the designated hitter and move Sastry into the field. Here comes the 1-1. Chopped foul by Nemec. Now 1-2. A very quick game as we are in the bottom of the second. It took us, I believe, 50 minutes to get through 2 innings last time out. Right now, it looks like we'll be done in 25. Ground ball towards short. Hinkle has it. A high throw across is right on the money to Sycon for out number 2. A good defensive start to the frame once again by Normandy.
Yeah, I mean, the pitcher's just right now, he's just working. Wolf making it easy for his defense. Just nice getting another ground ball there.
And we will see the replay back. Nemec, a good jump out of the box, but it's a great throw. It starts high and perfectly hits Sycon at the letters. That's where you want it to be as a first baseman. Wolf, so far, so good. Svets cuts and misses at a pitch outside. 0-1 the count. Joe, just like the rest of the starters in game number 1, had 1 base hit. That pitch missing low, 1-1. Svets was the last player to join the hit parade in the first game. He will look to be the first to join in this one. Runs inside on Svets as he kind of just hops out of the way. 2-1. Joe just trying to be patient in the box. Wolf being able to find spots pretty well. And it looks like he will force a ground out to retire the side. A good stop by Simmons. And the Namers go in order. 2 innings down at Ron Mottl Field. Last time it took 52 minutes. This time 22 minutes. Still no score on SmeeSports.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Two innings down, 1 hit, no damage done. A very defensive-minded affair so far. Cam, I believe you do have a score update for us from around the grounds before we get underway.
Score update, Mount Union currently down 5-1. First round of the women's lacrosse tournament.
Preissel ready to go, and the 3rd inning will start with a first pitch ball to Simmons. 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Normandy are ready to go in this frame. Preissel's 1-0. Off the plate again, ball 2. A similar start to this frame in comparison to the first. Preissel just trying to dial back in. The 2-0. Make it 3. Simmons, no need to swing at this point.
Yeah, quick 2 innings, 2 half innings, but Preissel needs to lock back in here.
The 3-0, it is just in there for strike 1. The delayed call keeps Simmons in the box for at least 1 more pitch. Definitely looked like it was off the plate from here, but nonetheless, a chance for redemption. And redemption runs inside. Ball 4 called to Simmons. Definitely the right call on that pitch. Just unable to find the zone. I like that move from Preissel, trying to run it inside, but couldn't find his spot in the end. And that will put a runner on with Evan Lucas, the left fielder, stepping into the batter's box. A chance for Normandy to strike first. Torzillo keeps it close, has the runner in a rundown. At this point, he has to throw down to 2, back to 1, and it is in time! What a job by the defense, retiring Simmons for out number 1. A great recovery by HN's middle infield. Torzillo did the right thing. He just looked him down. He waited to the last second to throw, and the throwback to one was right on the money.
I was going to say at that point, you just kind of just start running at him if he's going to stand in the middle. But good throw down the second, and then a good throw by Svets over to first to record the out.
This pitch is popped deep to left center. Getting underneath it is Stibley, and he will dive for it. Does it fall? No, he makes the grab for out number 2. A tough play to make out in left for Stibley, but in the end, he holds up.
Yeah, kind of a little awkward out there, but looks like he holds on to complete the catch.
2 up, 2 down. Colin Rooney, the catcher, now steps in. We say 2 up, 2 down, but one did reach. Still on paper, it's the 9-hitter in the 9th potential spot. A very interesting dynamic for the Normandy offense. Swing and a miss from Rooney. 0-1 the count. You had the walk and the single to begin the game. The double play, the throw out, and now that one. A lot of great defense by the Green Wave.
A lot of mental errors on the base pass for the Invaders.
If it wasn't for this down defense, Holy Name would be down by at least 2, I would say.
Probably more.
1-1 the count on Colin Rooney. The pitch goes right in for strike 2 looking. Colin and the Invaders are down to their final strike in the top of the 3rd. Preisel looking for one more gem. 1-2 the count. He sets and delivers. Right in there for strike 3 looking on the corner. The side is retired. 3rd strikeout of the day recorded by Brendan Preisel. What a season debut on the mound for him.
Yeah, I mean, just a great inning all around from the defense, especially the play from Mikey Torzillo, but able to get out of it. Very unconventional, but 3 up, 3 down.
Normandy, one time through the order, unable to score, is 7, 8, and 9 due up for Holy Name when we return. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. Defense has reigned supreme thus far. Bottom of the 3rd inning. No scoring quite yet. 1 single, 2 walks combined. Nothing else happening. But Torzillo looks to change that here, and he does. It's a leadoff single right on cue. The Namers have their first base runner of game number 2. Beautiful job by Torzillo. He turned perfectly on that ball. He snuck it down that right field line into a very good spot.
Yeah, it just dropped right in front of the right fielder, and finally a base runner.
And as you see, it's a good amount of hustle. Time has been called for Torzillo to get all of his gadgets in order at first. And then once he's done, it will be Russell Macetta stepping into the batter's box. Russell batting $154 on the year, 4 hits, 1 RBI. He was the winning pitcher in game number 1 today. It appears that the 1 run that we thought was an earned run was not an earned run due to an error on a passed ball. So he had 4 innings of 0 unearned run baseball. A good performance from Russell on the mound, lowering his 2.0 ERA. And as that throwback goes to 1, it looks like the Namers may have overplayed their hand. Maseta showed bunt. That might be a pretty big clue as to what he's going to do. There it is again. They're ready. The back pick is not in time. And that's the danger when you throw back showing that bunt. Everybody knew what was coming this time in comparison to last.
Yeah, the third baseman's already pretty much crept all the way up.
I like the small ball move, though. Get Russell on potentially, but more importantly, you move Mikey along. And you could even tell him to steal and get the bunt down at the same time. Probably a good thing that he didn't, as Maseta unable to connect. 1-1 the count. I think he's going to try at least one more time.
I assume so, because he heard Coach Maseta say make sure to get it down.
And I think that means Mikey's going. And a throwback not in time. I would say Mikey's going. I think you agree with that?
I would probably assume so, but you never know. We'll find out very shortly.
Still a conservative lead over at first base for towards Zidlow. He will stay put. Maseta just backs out of the box. Ball 2 called. So 2-1, a hitter's count. He could be given the swing away sign given the count, but
Yeah.
I think maybe one more time he tries, especially with the infield depth. Or he takes another one, 3-1. If he is able to move towards Zidlow along the base path by walking, that's even better than getting the job done.
Yeah, that works just as well. And you're not sacrificing an out.
So in that case, better. Here's the 3-1, fouled away. Kind of a survival swing that would have been a strike regardless.
So now maybe we see towards Zedler go anyways.
This could be a hit and run. I like it here.
Yeah, I mean, always you run into the risk of the double play, but that's kind of the risk you take.
With this being the bottom of your order, I don't mind it here. But before a pitch, it will be a throwback to 1, not in time. But I think you'll agree with the bottom of your order up. It's not like you have Harry and Nemeth in a good spot right now. You still need to have Stibley get on. The payoff, fouled away again. It's definitely a tough call. You want to be aggressive. You want to win this game, for sure. But you want to do it in a way that keeps you ready for Monday against a very good Padua squad. The payoff, and it is in there for strike 3 looking on the corner. That is out number 1, and it comes at the right time for Normandy. Punch out number 4 from Peyton Wolf.
Yeah, just right there. Stays on the corner, and Russell Maseta heads back to the bench.
I think we are going to see Danny swing away. If he would have gotten on, then yes, bunt. But right now, 2 outs, runner at second. Yes, it's Harry stepping in then, but I don't know. It's a tough call, whichever way you look at it, to see what they're going to do. He will break, and because of the transfer towards Zidlow, is safe at second. 1-0 count. Now I think you see the situation change for Stibley.
You very well could.
I feel like he kind of has to bunt it here. And then it turns into a question of if Harry can get a single in play. And if last game was any indicator, he definitely has the ability. He did have a rough start to this year, as did a lot of these guys, but down the stretch they have really worked back to their best. The pitch, a good crack by Danny Stibley into left field. A little bit too good to be true off of the bat, as it is a routine flyout for out number 2. But still a good move. I like that idea, but in the end, just not going to happen. And now it will be Harrison Frank stepping in. This is kind of the scenario that we didn't really want to see from him. Runner at second, 2 down, opposed to runner at third, 2 down. Either way, Harry definitely has the ability to get the job done. And before we do it, it will be a mound visit between pitcher and catcher. I like that move, just kind of settle him down and get him back in the right mindset.
Yeah, especially when you go back to the top of the order. Even though nothing doing the first time, still very much dangerous.
This is going to be a big, big at-bat as it is a first pitch strike to Frank, 0-1. Harrison just trying to put the Namers on the board in the bottom of the third. Wolf checks and deals. 2 inside, 1-1. And if Frank can get on the base path, it turns to Nick Nemeth, and you really have to like the Namers' chances.
Absolutely, but still 2 outs here, all on Frank.
Wolf checking towards Zillow, a good lead, and finally there is the back look. I like that idea, just kind of keeping him honest over there. It's not an easy thing to do, but you have to do that while also trying to manage Frank. A good foul ball down the left field line. Coach Macetta unable to come up with the play. A close coach fielding play over in the third base coach's box. 1-2 the count now on Frank. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Wolf looking for his 5th punch out on the afternoon. And this one would retire the side. And it does, but it's a drop third. This could be tough. The throw is in time. That is the side retired. And punch out number 5 from Peyton Wolf. We will watch this one back. Perfect job all the way around. Rooney communicates it with Sycon down at first. He says, go outside of post to in. And the throwdown is easy from there. You watch it over here. Just perfectly executed in the end. The job is done. 1 time through the order, 4 strikeouts, and Frank begins it the way he started it last time out. 3 down. Still a lot of baseball left to play. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The top of the Normandy order will try it again. Reyes, Wolf, and Hinkle set to hit in the top of the 4th inning. Still no score. Cam, your thoughts on this game thus far? It's been an interesting affair. Definitely a stark contrast to game number 1.
Yeah, interesting to say the least. Like you said, kind of Holy Name's offense got started there early in game 1. Kind of trying to still get it going here, but they got to play some stout defense first.
First pitch of the new frame is low and in the dirt. 1-0. A good take by Reyes, and it looks like a wild throwback to Preisel. Both sides will need to be careful with their throwbacks, as one little error right now can really change this game. Preisel trying to lock back in. 3 punch outs the first time through the order. Unable to connect there as well. 2-0. This is where he needs to take his time and settle back in. It's tough right now, obviously, but right now he needs a strike. And Reyes will crack that strike deep to center, and it is caught by Harrison Frank. Tremendous range in left center for out number 1, and Reyes tips his cap to Harry.
Wow. That was a great catch out there in center. Kind of going back, reaches over his shoulder, and then emphatically raises his glove to show the umpires.
And you'll see it on your screen on the turnaround. Just raises his cap. That's all you can really do there. One up and a loud one down. Exactly what Preisel needed. He challenges Reyes. It almost was a great hit, but in the end, not so fast. Here comes the 1-0 from Preisel. Ground ball, right side, Svets, a good gather, gets it at 2. The throw to 1 is in time. 2 up, 2 down. The defense once again tells the story.
Yeah, 2 quick outs here for Holy Name. Definitely good to see.
In the top of the 4th inning, we are 41 minutes in.
Jeez.
A very quick afternoon thus far, but then again, all it takes is one quick change, and we are going to have a very, very long afternoon. First pitch carries over, yet another first pitch ball, this time to Hinkle, who was doubled up in his last appearance. That was the, trademark 8-6 double play that we've seen twice today somehow. Here comes the 1-0. Misses low, now 2. If Hinkle is able to get on, Sycon would step in. But 2 balls, no strikes the count. Preisel needing a get-right pitch here. Unable to get it, he misses off the plate, and we have 3 balls to none. This is going to be a very difficult battle for Preisel if he is to get back into this at-bat.
Yeah, he needs to start it with a strike here.
A perfect spot for Hinkle. The 3-0. And there is strike 1 called way down low. A good get right from Preisel as he is just able to clip the corner. The question is, can he follow it up with 1 more? Unable to do so, it skips past towards Zidlow. That will put a runner at first base. Hinkle unable to take the turn and move any further. Given that walk, Holy Name very lucky to have not surrendered any hits to Reyes or Wolf. With 2 down, Sycon will now step in. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Preisel's performance so far, there has been some good things, but also some struggles.
New glove for Mikey T.
And now the question is, once Torzillo comes in, A, is that glove broken in enough? Or B, do we now see Preisel added to the rotation at some point? I know it's late in the year, but is this the guy they throw out on senior night against Chardon?
Oh, they're making sure that his glove is...
And you could just see his frustration when he had to switch gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, I thought he was hurt or something the way he went over to the dugout. This is definitely a better alternative.
Probably, yeah, definitely the better of the 2.
That could definitely throw off Normandy as well. They started to get in a slight rhythm. Still 2 down, Sycon awaiting his first pitch. Well off the plate, Torzillo able to pick it up and get there in time to avoid any movement along the base path. 1-0 the count. But Hinkle definitely wanted to take off on that pitch.
I thought he was going to.
Would not have been surprised to see him do so. Before the next pitch, he will retreat back to first as Preisel throws back. So 1-0 the count. Brendan in a good spot to get out of the inning, but at the same time, Normandy a very good chance to do something. Runner goes, Torzillo chucks. Is it number 2? Not quite. A very good slide by Hinkle, and he has the stolen bag. We will watch that one back. Looking at Hinkle's statistics this year, that is number 8 on the base path swiped.
Yeah, I think we could tell as we kind of watch it back. We were looking and had a pretty good lead and able to get in there just before the throw.
And that angle confirms what we already knew about that steal. The pitch well off the plate. I believe now it's a 2-1 count. It was tough to get the designation on the prior offering. It looked good from our angle, so I do assume it is 2-1. After Sycon, it will go to Lucas Steele. Normandy looking for a turning point in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch. Right in there, count even. A good spot hit by Preisel. Still waiting to see the official count given by the umpire. I am still going to go with 2-2. If so, Preissel trying to get out of the inning with this pitch. Unable to do so. It appeared to be 3-1, and that is a walk, putting 2 on with 2 down. Fourth walk of the day surrendered by Preissel, and time will be called. Our next broadcast is on Monday at Padua Franciscan High School, 5 p.m. first pitch between the Holy Name Green Wave and the Padua Bruins. Then on Tuesday, we are back here for the reversal of the season series. Wednesday, right now, we don't have a broadcast, but potentially will. Thursday, we will have Holy Name and Chardon Baseball for senior night. On Friday, it is Holy Name and Elyria Catholic Baseball, Game 2 of the season series, and the finale of the North Coast Conference. And then on Saturday, we are back here, 12 p.m. first pitch, as Holy Name welcomes in Shaker Heights. Tomorrow is the playoff draw, so we should know where we will be for round 1. And talking to Coach Masetta, just as it was last year, there will not be a home game. Just depends on where the game ends up being. It could be a very far trip, but at the same time, it could also be somewhat local. We will see what ends up happening tomorrow afternoon. Steele trying to put the Invaders on the board. 2 ducks on the pond, 2 outs. Skies the pitch over towards short. Nemeth, the old center fielder, underneath it, makes the play, and the side is retired. A little bit of adversity via the free pass, but the Namer defense holds up. Middle of 4 at Ron Mottl Field. The Invaders 0, the Green Wave 0, your score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Holy Name still trying to get on the board. Nemeth, Wisniewski, and Sastry set to hit in the bottom of the 4th inning as Nemeth gets us underway with a foul ball down the right field line. 0-1 the count. You are watching OHSAA Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Stay tuned after our final commercial break of the game as we will announce our The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center player of the game. Count now 0-2 on Nemeth as he swings and misses up and out. 2 very challenging pitches from Wolf, who has been really good today.
Yeah, Wolf has been pretty dominant shutting down this Namers offense, but
until now,
yeah.
Nemeth drops it over in left field for a leadoff single. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Green Wave. Hit number 2 on the afternoon in game number 2.
I was just going to say, been pretty dominant. Quieted him down after that first game. I think we said 15 hits, scored 15 runs. So, but still, very, very, I think I just saw, that was Garrett Nemec coming back from the bullpen, so possibly could see a change, but also on the base pass could see Nick Nemeth stealing.
And they anticipate that by throwing back. Once again, we were told heading into the game, most likely it would be Garrett Nemec coming out of the bullpen. But at the same time, it also could be a Nick Nemeth. He has pitched recently, but then again, if regionals with Tri-C and Mid-Michigan was any indicator, if you didn't pitch too many pitches, you will be back in Looking at the stolen bags of Nemeth, I believe he is at around 10 this year. He has done a good job moving along the base path. Wisniewski 0 for 1 in this game, trying to move Nemeth along. Wolf coming set. Checks and fires. Down low, but still in there for strike 3. That is out number 1 of the new inning. Wolf, 6 punch-outs.
Yeah, and right before I was talking about Nick Nemeth, and then Wolf and Nick Nemeth gets the hit. Wolf is right back at it, shutting down this offense.
But Wolf, a near 8 ERA entering play today. Not at all pitching like it.
Absolutely not. He's pitching like a 0 ERA.
Keep in mind the Invaders, 6-12 on the year. They have won their last 3 games. They want to keep that going here. Holy name, they've won 2 of their last 3, but the big one in there, the Gilmore win. Taking them down 3-2 was really impressive work. A low-scoring game. Surprised that's how it went, but still, the Namers did a lot right. The pitch breaks into Sastry and hits the zone. 0-1.
Good breaking ball there.
JR 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. One of, I think, 4 unique victims, 6 total. Once again, a throwback 2-1. Nemeth unbothered.
Yeah, that one was kind of just let him know that he still knows he's there. Wasn't really his A move.
0-1. Nemeth finally breaks, but chopped foul by Sastry.
Had a feeling he was going to be safe there, but Sastry still takes a cut at it and gets a piece. So Nemeth will have to retreat.
And I kind of think the call was for him not to swing.
Yeah. Or maybe could have been a hit and run at the same time.
I think the call in the coach's box was don't hit. Just stand there. But in the end, it's 0-2. Nemeth has shown his hand to Normandy, and we will see if that impacts how he goes. The pitch, chopped foul by Sastry.
It was just a staying alive swing there.
It looked like it was going to be a ball, but the zone has been moving throughout this game. I don't mind it. He made contact. He stays alive. That's what matters right now. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul towards Coach Masetta at third.
Then he makes the play.
1 for 2 on the day in the coach's box. But Sastry still staying alive. Can he finally turn the corner and turn on a baseball? Still 2 strikes. Not a good spot for him to be in. But Wolf, can he get the out? Runner goes. Sastry pops it into center field. It was a survival swing. And Nemeth, he will have to hustle back. There is no play at 1. He is safe. But out number 2 is recorded out in center field.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate. Nemeth steals and then the pop-up, but able to get back to first base in enough time.
He had to swing that time.
Absolutely. That one would have been a strike, but puts it in play and fortunately goes right to the center fielder.
Now it is Garrett Nemec stepping in, potentially the new pitcher. But we will see. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. Still no score. The pitch up and out. The back pick is not in time. With no scoring in the top of the 4th inning, I believe this game officially becomes the longest SmeeSports broadcast baseball-wise of the year without a run scored.
Oh, I was going to say the longest is definitely...
Game 2 was by a good margin.
Very true, yes.
And that was the most in channel history. Nemec fouls it away. It might be playable right in front of Holy Name's dugout, but the answer appears to be no as it finally crashes by the batting cages.
I was just going to say, we were here for way too long.
But the game that held the record priorly was Alliance and West Branch. Charlie Eakey, the shortstop of the Aviators, he had a sac fly back in the top of the 4th, and that ended up being the only run of the game as Alliance took down West Branch in Beloit 1-0. Nemec looking to turn on one while also helping out Nemeth. Nemeth finally goes again. The throw's in stride. The tag is 2, and the side is retired. What a chuck by Rooney.
Yeah, Nemeth didn't have the greatest jump there. still decided to go anyways and pays the price for it.
We will watch this one back. Just an absolute gem from Colin Rooney. Talk about a momentum swing right in stride. A beautiful tag by Hinkle. Still no score through 4 innings, but the Invaders have the momentum. Can they cash in when we return? Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. We talk about momentum a lot on these broadcasts. Today, momentum has been somewhat even. Normandy, though, they may have found their breakthrough in that department. Cam, we saw that throwout from Rooney to end last inning. Is that enough momentum to translate into the opening run of the game for the Invaders?
It definitely could possibly. Also could be seeing a pitching change here soon. We talked about it last inning. Garrett up in the bullpen, and it looks like he will be back this inning.
I think this is the final frame regardless for Preissel on the mound.
I would have to agree.
And then Garrett will come in for the 6th and possibly the 7th. We will see. Shot to foul. Macedo does a good job to track it down, but in the end it bounces by. Still foul, 0-1.
Yeah, had a little spin on it.
That was just really awkward. Definitely good it didn't go in fair territory. If it would have, that would not have been on Russell by any means. Just that hop was so unpredictable.
It's like it was spinning left, but it was going right.
And those are indeed opposites, Cam.
I do know that.
The 0-1. Ground ball, chopped left side. Sastry, a good charge and throw. Retires the leadoff hitter Saban for out number 1. Very rare that we see Sastry actually playing over at third base. One of his better plays, a good ranging effort.
Yeah, that was good, and then able to set his feet and make a nice strong throw.
And we will watch back the replay of that before the next at-bat. But still does a good job. He takes his time. That's the big issue that we've seen with him. He gets in his head and then rushes a throw. That timeout, absolutely not. Perfect all the way around. Simmons will see a first pitch ball. 1-0 the count. Austin was one of many players affected by Parma's closure a few years ago. He ended up coming over from the Redmen after his sophomore year. Swings and misses there, 1-1.
Fell onto his knee on that one.
We saw a lot of guys get displaced because of Parma's closure. Obviously, not an ideal situation, but it happened. And over in Youngstown, they made the call that Youngstown City Schools, at least at the high school level, they're combining at East's building. That'll be a big, big transition, especially for athletics starting not this coming school year, but the following one. So I believe that ends Cheney. I think that means Cheney and East at a minimum combined. We still have to read the full kind of report. It's still in preliminary stages, but all we know for sure is that it will be at Youngstown East High School. New mascot, new everything. So I would say pretty similar to how Berea went from the Berea Brave to Berea Mid-Park. The 3-1, chopped to foul, now 3-2. And that change, crazily enough, happened over 10 years ago now. But still, if you go to Berea, I'm sure, Cam, you've seen this in a couple of stores, you still see Berea Braves merchandise.
That is very true.
Full counts on Simmons, 0-for-0 on the day with a walk. Preissel trying to win this at-bat, fires it in, and he does. Strikeout number 4 on the ballgame for BP. And that is out number 2. A great response by Brendan on the mound.
Absolutely, just kind of able to hone in and start firing strikes in there, and that time gets another one and 4th strikeout of the day.
As of right now, even if Preisel does allow a few runs, while adding this game, Holy Name appears to have added a new arm to their arsenal. One they knew they had, but just never used.
Arsenal?
1-0 the count on Lucas. But, I mean, you look at this team next year. Frank's going to become the 1. Germano's going to become the 2. I think Preisel and Nemec round it out. And maybe Hudak, if he is able to get his control down a little bit more. The current sophomore class, we need a couple of guys to step up there. And also, we could see a Will Fletcher, who is a part of the freshman class and currently playing on the JV team. He could come up next year. He actually retired Sastry in the scrimmage, green and white. He had him down quick in the count. They brought him up just to kind of mess around with Fletcher, and he pitched very well around JR. He definitely has the ability to pitch at the varsity level. We will see when Will joins us, whether it be next year or the following. 3-1 now the count as that pitch skips by. But that is the beauty of seeing the green and white scrimmage. You see a lot of guys potentially stepping up. Another one, at least hitting-wise, he might not catch it next year. He might be the number 2. Brendan Kisco, a sophomore, he really impressed. I think he had 2 base hits in the green and white scrimmage. He can be another guy that steps up. Him and Wiz become the 1-2 catching duo. 3-1 the count on Lucas. Before the next offering, Preisel will step off. But a lot of spots opening on this team. Who is going to take them? The pitch, chopped weakly foul, and we are full. For Holy Name in the next inning, Nemec will step back into the batter's box, followed by Svets and Torzidlo. For those who just tuned in, Nemec's last at-bat was interrupted as there was a throw out of Nemeth at second. The payoff pitch bounces in on a one-hop. In cricket, that's good, but baseball, it's ball 4. Unfortunate there from Preisel, just unable to release it in time. Held on too long, and that has kind of been killer today. Time is being called. It is another mound visit, not Coach Macetta. So I think this is probably the final warning to Preisel. Warning's not the right word, but
Final talking to.
that's a little bit more appropriate given the scenario. He hasn't been bad, though. Even if he does allow a couple runs here, you still have to take the positive that he went almost 5 innings after not pitching all year against a pretty good Normandy team. Yes, you see 6-12, but once again, Cam, they are the team with momentum. 3 wins in a row.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, at least coming out of this game, if you're not able to squeak out the victory, still coming out of it with a good quality starter or a nice quality pitcher.
And even if Holy Name does win, just to see them beat 2 teams without having to rely on the arm of Harrison and Dom like they've had to do so often this year, or even Frankie's arm, then that says a lot about the playoffs. You're going to be able to, through the playoffs, throw your 1 and 2 every game. Frankie can come in so often, same with Nemeth, but still, you have that confidence of, okay, we can get it done. We don't necessarily rely on our pitching completely. Oh, on the count on Colin Rooney, who struck out looking his last time up and his only time up. Preisel chucks back to 1, not in time. The last time that Holy Name was a part of a doubleheader on a Saturday, it was last April at Skeels Field. They only played in game number 2. St. V's took down Boardman in 7 innings for game number 1. And game number 2, it was a tight victory for the Fighting Irish. That Boardman game, I think I talked about it on that next broadcast. It should have been done in 5 innings, but Boardman battled and somehow kept it alive. To this day, I still don't understand how they did so. As it is popped up by Rooney, we will have a score update from their game today in a minute. Svets loses it, and it falls. It is a single for Rooney. That will put runners at the corners with 2 down. Just got lost in the sun. And this can change the game as the top of the order steps in. But going back to Boardman, they did lose, I believe, 6-1 today to Maslin Perry. The Panthers, the last time we saw them on the channel, 14 runs allowed in the bottom of the 4th inning to Alliance as they lost 17-2. But since then, they have really bounced back. They did beat some really tough Federal League teams. They play at Brunswick in a couple of weeks. That'll be an interesting one to see if they can match the firepower of the Blue Devils. Reyes 0 for 1 on the day with a very hard fly out to Frank a little while ago. Go ahead run over at third for Normandy. The pitch. In there for strike one.
Surprised the runner didn't go.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him now. We do hear some calls being given by the Invader coaching staff. You have to do it strategically. Runner still not going. 1-1 as it just misses low. I think if it gets to be 2 strikes, that's when he breaks.
Could be.
Because then you kind of have to pick, do you want the frame? Do you want the out? What do you want to do? And Torzidlo, I think, seeing the situation is going to change his decision. I don't really know what the decision is. If you're going for a cutoff, it's going to have to be.
I think the one he just called is the cutoff, but we will see.
I think the cutoff has to be Nemeth. You look at the arm strength in the middle infield. Nemeth, the center fielder, he has the power. Hard ground ball. Sastry unable to get there. It's an RBI single for Victor Reyes, and Normandy will finally strike first in the top of the 5th. What a hit by Reyes. Just snuck it right past third base. Exactly what he wanted to do. And we asked the question, would the momentum of the throw from Rooney be enough to translate to a run? The answer is yes. 2 on still for Peyton Wolf. He can really blow this game wide open for the Invaders. Preisel needs out number 3 on this at-bat, or his day will most likely be done. First pitch off the plate, 1-0. The worst case scenario is you load up the bases. But Holy Name's offense, they need to dip back into the powerful game 1 they had. 1 ball, the count on Wolf. The pitch. Pops up a good jam left side. Will it fall again, though? No, it is finally snagged by Nemeth, and that is why you need a outfield IQ to play the infield sometimes. A routine pop-up retires the side at long last, but not before the opening run of the game does score. It's an RBI single for Victor Reyes. Middle of 5 at Ron Mottl Field. Normandy up 1-0 on Holy Name.
If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Holy Name's offense needs to get back to their best in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 4:10, so we are officially over an hour into this game, but Normandy strikes first in the top of the 5th. 1-0, the Invaders lead. What needs to change in the bottom of the 5th offensively for Holy Name if they are to succeed?
They really need to at least start first runner on here. They need to be able to get base runners and then use small ball to probably try and get them over.
The 0-1 fouled away by Nemec. So count now even on Garrett, who so far today is 0 for 1 with a ground out. The pitch. Up and out now, 2-1. Nemec, Svets, and Torzidlo are set to hit this inning. We could see a potential pinch, but I don't know if we do. Maybe later on in the game. The 2-1 hits him. The leadoff man is aboard with a hard 90. And a very big bat flip from Garrett Nemec. You can tell he is fired up and wants to make an impact. And now I think we are going to see a pinch run.
I think Gorey is pinch running.
This will be the first time we see him in this doubleheader. Definitely could use some speed on the base path. And I kind of think with this pinch run, he definitely does not need to have Garrett re-enter as the designated hitter. He will, but I think then he kind of just swaps with Preisel. And Preisel might become your DH, but we will see. The tying run is at first. The go-ahead is in the batter's box. But Joe Svets, he is the guy to look at right now. I think it's pretty much certain we're seeing a bunt.
Pretty much, but maybe not. You never know.
And I think Normandy expects it too. We might see a throwback first, and right on cue we do. Not in time as Gorey dives right back in. No pinch hitter, but we do see the pinch runner. So I think this will definitely tell us a lot about this frame. There's the bunt. It is down. Perfect. Nobody's covering first. Svets is in there. What a job by Joe Svets. Out of nowhere, the Namers have two base runners on. What a job. Perfect bunt 3 times. It took him 3 times to finally get the perfect bunt. But I think based on the prior 2 situations, this was the best time for him to get the job done.
3rd time is the charm, and works like a charm right there.
2 on, nobody out. This has to be the inning. Torzillo stepping in. He has a big task ahead of him. And then after Mikey, it goes to Macetta, then Stibley. Wolf checking Gorey over. Torzillo unable to get that bunt down. 0-1 the count. But I still like that idea, just trying to force a run across. And now some words of wisdom given by Don Marchetta, who has not hit for this Holy Name team in 2 years. I think we might have to frame that quote. The 0-1, it hits him. Bases loaded.
Don Marchetta was exactly right. He said the ball. What did he even say? He said the ball is.
The ball travels to you. You don't travel to the ball.
And the ball just traveled right into the foot of Mikey Torzidlo. Now, we are going to see a pinch hit.
They're going to try the safety squeeze, aren't they?
That's what I was exactly going to say. They're going to try a safety squeeze here.
If you're going for the swing away, it's a Lexic. I'm sure, right?
I would assume so.
We might have a crazy finish in the UFL to win the game, and we do.
No.
Michigan beats the Renegades by 1.
Why? They were up, too. I'm sorry, guys. My team is the Arlington Renegades.
But a crazy finish as Michigan will win that game over there. We have been giving score updates all day from games. A lot of interesting ones for those who are just tuning in. Mount Union are your softball OAC tournament champs, while BW wins the OAC baseball tournament on their rivals' field. The winners, they're on each other's field right now.
Yeah, they just beat each other on each other's fields.
So very interesting, but I think all 4 make it to the NCAA tournament.
I expect that they do.
At least softball for BW, who lost, does. And in talking to Coach Hesse before the year, he basically said he picked the schedule he did just in case they don't win to make it to the tournament. But now bases loaded for Vega. And Cam, I think it's time for some squeezing. But first, time is called. This is going to be a wild finish regardless of what happens here. Bases loaded, hit by a pitch, bunt, hit by a pitch. Not the way you usually see it happen. Let's see what Vega can do. He will show the bunt, unable to get it. And Gorey, he will stumble, but is able to finally get back to third. That could have been disastrous. But 0-1 the counts on Vega. He definitely needs to put the ball in play. It just depends where. Because keep in mind, if there is one out, the double play ends the inning. But there is 0, so there is still a chance. Here's the 0-1. Corners in. Bunt not down. Now it should be 0-2. I think he broke the play in there to offer.
I think he did too.
And there's the official call. It looked like the fans were also wondering the same thing as us, if he did or not. Coach Maceda not happy about it. But now, are they completely flipping it to...
No, it's still 0-2.
So nobody knows what's going on. Apparently it's 0-2.
Oh, yeah, Vega!
I don't really know what's going on. He might try it again regardless.
I think it's still 0-2.
Absolutely wild. I mean, the communication not there.
Bad comms.
But this could be a big turning point. Wolf needs something here. The 0-2 fouled away by Vega. A good survival swing.
Now it is definitely 0-2.
But he needed that one. He needed something to stay alive. You cannot strike out for out number 1 here, especially as the pinch hit. Can Vega get one down? Still 0-2. The pitch. Unable to get it off the plate.
Bless you.
Now 1-2. But Vega definitely lucky that that ball did not hit the zone.
Ah, that's close. He might be swinging away again here, but at the same time, could be laying it down. If he does, but it has to go fair.
I don't know if you risk it. It's tough to decide. It is a 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That is out number 1. But no, apparently they said it was 2-0, and now...
What?
Unbelievable what they're calling.
I am...
Nobody knows.
I think it's 3-2 now.
I have no clue how they got there. Here's the payoff, I guess. Shot left side. It's through. It's down for a single. We are tied. They send the go-ahead. The play at the plate is not in time. Matt Vega provides for Holy Name. They take the lead.
Wow, what a hit there by Matt Vega. The pinch hit. After a interesting count, something happened. We thought it was 0-2. Apparently it was 2-0. And then a couple of strikes later. Nonetheless, the pinch hit single, 2 RBI single, gives Holy Name the lead.
Out of everybody, who expected it to be Matt Vega with a swing like that? Yesterday, same spot, he did strike out. It's redemption for Vega and the Green Wave. Still 2 on, still nobody out. It's Danny Stibley's turn, and do we see yet another bunt? Yes, we do. This time he gets it down. Nobody's covering quite yet. The throw to 1 is high, not in time. There is no establishment. The base is loaded again for the Green Wave. Their potent offense has returned.
Wow. Very, very nice bunt there.
Simmons had to get there but was unable to in the end. First did what he was supposed to, same with Wolf. And you just see the lollipop he didn't establish in time.
I do not believe Harry will bunt. Third baseman, actually no, I'm sorry, the whole infield is now in. I was going to say the third baseman is just creeping in, but Normandy brings the infield in.
This could be another big turning point for the Namers. Wow, what a game though, Cam. Who expected this? Wolf trying to break down Harrison Frank. The pitch. Inside, but I think right on the corner it is 0-1. Beautiful spot, though, by Wolf. He is doing a nice job hitting that corner. But for Holy Name, they have the bases loaded for the top of their order. This is what you want to see offensively.
Absolutely, and they really need to come through big here.
There finally is some action in the Normandy bullpen as well. We will see how they go about making a change if they do. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Cracked into right field, still going back. It is down. It is extra bases for Harrison Frank. Make it 3-1. Towards Zidlow does a Mario hop. Vega's in. They will potentially send Stibley. He is back to third. It's a 2 RBI double for Harry Frank. 4-1. Holy name on top.
That was a heck of a high five. Wow. I mean, completely really blown open this inning and still more damage to do. Great hit there by Harrison Frank. Could have had the triple, but Denny Stibley was being sent, but then told to come back very quickly and very wisely, as he most likely would have been out at home.
Third double of the day for Harrison Frank across 2 games. That's why he was player of the game in game number 1.
That is exactly what I was just going to say.
But I think we might have our player of the game in just one single move, depending on how this one finishes. 1-0 the count on Nemeth. Regardless of the outcome, we will have some interviews with Holy Name post-game. We talked to Coach Masetta in between the games. The players were out getting food and getting warmed up, so we left the Game 1 interviews for later, and Game 2 will be coupled with those. Nemeth, a deep fly ball to right center field. It is still going back, and it is
dropped. It's dropped.
No out still. Stibley will score, and they will send another. The play is not in time. 6-1, Holy Name. Out of nowhere, here comes the Namer Cavalry.
Wow. Should have been an out. Definitely would have scored at least 1, but ball drops in center field and leads to 2 more. That one should go down as an error. Hit off of the glove of the center fielder.
I will score it as an error. Either way, nobody out. 6-run score. Cam, welcome back to game number 1. Time has been called in the bottom of the 5th. This will most likely spell the end of Peyton Wolf's afternoon. A tough ending, but Coach Masetta with the gutsiest call of the day. Full count on Vega, a guy who is known for bunting and a guy who I don't think had a hit until today, comes in clutch and somehow, or had 1 hit, excuse us, 1 hit, gets number 2, scores 2 runs. Holy Name up by 5.
Simply lovely.
Just some of the decisions are baffling, but it has worked for the Namers. A completely different dynamic now that Nemeth has moved to shortstop. This team can definitely make some noise. And Cam, before this week, I think we would have said Padua and Chalk was losses. Chardon was a loss. EC could have been a split and Shaker potentially a loss. I think they could at least go above 500, maybe win everything if they play their cards right, especially Thursday. They beat Gilmore. The rest might follow suit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely going to be some tough games coming up this week. But what we've seen today, in at least the last couple of games from Holy Name, offense has come alive, and the pitching as well. I mean, talk about the first game. Russell, great job on the mound. This game so far, it's been a little shaky at times, but Preisel really got into his own. This is his first appearance of the year. So, I mean, first being his first appearance and still doing this good so far, we're probably going to see Garrett up soon, especially because Preisel's been sitting for so long. But we will make that call when we officially see it happen. Still no outs here.
It is Dominic Williams coming on to pitch for Normandy. We will keep it here as he warms up. Our next broadcast will be on Monday as Holy Name takes on Padua at Padua. 5 p.m. first pitch, followed by the same time. Different place here on Tuesday. Thursday, Holy Name Chardon here for senior night. Tune in a little bit early to recognize the seniors. On Friday, Holy Name takes on EC. 5 p.m. first pitch at Ron Mottl Field. And one last time, we are here next Saturday as Holy Name takes on Shaker Heights. From there, we will have the playoffs. And then the next week, we do have Holy Name and St. Ed's. Assuming the season is over by then, it will most likely be around a 6-day hiatus until our first game of summer coverage will most likely be as a part of the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Looking forward to partnering with them and covering some great games. We should have Cam along with a couple of our interns joining us for some of these games. He won't be the only one calling games. We had Gabe on Thursday who did a great job in Game 1, coming out of the bullpen at the end as Cam was unable to get here before Game 1 started due to some prior obligations. But still, We have some new voices coming to the channel, a lot of new games, a lot of top-tier players. You see the top names in NEO baseball at the high school level. You will see them on the channel. And on top of that, also some of the biggest D3 names in the area as a part of the WRCL. We look at some of these teams. My preseason favorite is still Premier. They bring back a lot of their top guys. They should be a menacing team. Coach Wisniewski, one of the best travel ball coaches in NEO history. I believe this will be his 21st season coaching at that level. Excited to see him and the rest of his guys compete this summer. Wisniewski, speaking of him, no relation, Ryan is now in the box for the Green Wave as he will be the first to attack Williams. Sidearm, strike one. New arm slot. That is an interesting thing to look at down the stretch.
Very, very true.
But Wisniewski 0 for 2 today. He has struck out twice. Normandy looking for a crucial out, number one. They thought they had it on a few occasions, but just couldn't get it. A massive lead. They throw back, no.
He just stepped off.
And it's a
Oh,
balk.
it's a balk.
What a job by Nick Nemeth. It's a balk.
What?
They called balk, and now they're running him back to second base. He is safe. What in the heck just happened? They called balk and then said not so fast. And they said no. What just happened? Cam, I am at a loss.
I don't know.
Somehow, in some way, Nemeth is back safe at second as he dances with the devil in between second and third. 0-1 on Wisniewski. Here's the pitch. And for sure, it's not a balk.
That is definitely not a balk that time.
0-2 on Wisniewski with Sastry awaiting in the on-deck circle. It'll be interesting to see if the Namers make any defensive changes entering the top of the 6th inning, needing 6 outs to seal a second win.
Second win of the day.
0-2. Williams setting, checks the runner again. The pitch. Just a bit outside as it sails. An awkward hit now to the left. Rooney does a good job catching up to it, but in the end, finally, Nemeth takes third. A little bit less theatric this time.
I mean, still, yes, a little bit less theatric on his part, but that ball kind of hit like on the backstop and then carried over to the left. Really awkward, but Nemeth moves up nonetheless.
I think we both had trouble adjusting with both of them in the lineup right next to each
right
other.
Right next to each other, of course.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Right in there for strike three looking. And that will be the third time Wisniewski has been struck out in this game. First punch out of the day from Dominic Williams. Now J.R. Sastry will step in. This will be a big time for him to introduce himself.
Yeah, so only with one out here, a sac fly could or will most likely, depending on how deep it is. We know Nemeth has speed. So could help add on another run here for Holy Name.
It'll be interesting to see how they play it. It's line. Sastry breaks it through. An RBI single for J.R. Sastry. A big pop from the senior. 7-1, Holy Name.
Yeah, big smash there, just right by the diving shortstop. Unable to grab it and adds another RBI.
The hit parade continues for the Green Wave in this frame. 7 runs in a third of an inning. This is what they did last time. Their most potent inning against North Olmsted ended up being 9 runs. And technically, Cam, if they score 4 more, this game's over.
Whoa.
That would be the run rule.
That is what happens.
Who would have thought that?
Who would have thunk?
I don't think we're going to get there in this inning, but
We could.
to have that conversation at this point, given Normandy led entering this frame, is absurd. 1-0 the count to begin this at-bat for Garrett Nemec.
I would say I don't expect Sastry to steal, but we saw it in the earlier game.
And I think right now they see the run rule in sight. 2 more on the board, 9-1. You get the final 2 in the 6th and go home.
I would like that.
Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. And keep in mind, Normandy was able to beat North Olmsted 10-0. This was going to be the tougher of the 2 games. But as of right now, the Namers have answered the call to perfection. Williams taking his time. Here comes the 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1.
Good breaking ball there, though.
Almost hitting the corner, but in the end, the appeal does not bear fruit. For Normandy, in the top of the 6th, Hinkle, Sycon, and Steele are set to hit. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaks in and finds the corner. Strike 2 called.
Another good breaking ball.
His breaking ball has been on point. Holy Name, they do have a couple of games in conference next week. And now, something's going to happen here. Don't know exactly what the conversation is, but both coaches are coming together. Could this be a simple somebody batting out of order, somebody doing something they shouldn't do? I don't really know. Cam, any thoughts?
I am not sure.
And we'll get a closer look on them right there.
I don't know. It's like the Normandy coach is talking to the fans about something. Maybe a rowdy fan.
Could definitely be the case. We have heard a couple of comments throughout the game. But I don't know.
No explanation given, so we will just speculate.
Still 2-2 on Nemec. And the dugout is alive for the Green Wave. Here's the pitch. Gets by, and Sashri finally on the delay realizes it's passed, and he is in safe at second.
He didn't realize it at first, and then once he did, he took off. That's what we call wheels.
Full count now on Nemec. Runner in scoring position, which would be the 8th run, not only of the game for the Green Wave, but of the inning. 22 runs to 2 allowed today for Holy Name.
Very, very impressive.
This will be the 9th inning they've hit. That makes it even more impressive. Williams trying to win it here. Here comes the payoff pitch. Off the plate, it is ball 4. Nemec will reach for the second time today via a free pass. This time a lot less painful. Still 1 down, and now it will be Joe Svets stepping back in. An immaculate bunt last time we saw him. We could see him try it again.
I was going to say, we could see the same.
Because right now the Namers are playing for the run rule. You put runs 8 and 9 in place for towards Zidlow.
Not the speediest pair on the base paths, though. You do have to keep in mind.
But at the same time, if it's a perfectly placed bunt, which they've had struggles with their defensive coverage with bunts, I think you try it. He will. Pops left side. I think it's going to fall, and it stays. No, it goes foul. So close.
Yeah, that was so close.
That would have been a perfect bunt by Svets.
I think if he might have got that down on the ground instead of popping it up, could have been a lot different, but just rolls foul. Might just see him do it again. Last time he bunted down the first base line for a hit as the first baseman came up to field it, he realized no one was over there at first. That time he tried to go down the third base side.
But 0-1 the count after the foul bunt. First base is creeping. And time is called by Williams as he will step off. Probably the right call just to take a second to regather. Svets, though, trying to figure out his plan of attack. Williams checks while setting. And time has been called by Svets, once again owning the box. We mentioned it a little while ago, but it's been a good amount of time, so we will say it again. For Normandy in the top of the 6th, Hinkle, Sycon, and Steele are set to hit. But that still appears to be a little ways away. 0-1 the count on Joe Svets. Here's the pitch. Breaks in perfectly, but hangs too high. 1-1.
That looked like a perfect pitch.
I thought that fell in right where it needed to, but in the end, it doesn't, and that will help Svets. Time now being called by the catcher, Rooney. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel down below and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. We are trying to reach 3,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. A lot of great baseball, soccer, football, and basketball action left to go in this calendar year, along with a little bit of hockey. So, if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. Here's the 1-1. Upstairs, now 2-1. And on top of that, we will be covering games not only here in the Cleveland area, but also a lot in Stark County for Alliance, Marlington, and potentially as well, Minerva. Hitters count for Svets, 2-1 after fouling off the first pitch. Williams trying to get equal. Fires off the plate. It's 3-1 on Svets. This could load up the bases for Torzidlo, which in this exercise would be the quote-unquote winning run. And I think Torzidlo likes that opportunity.
I think he embraces it.
3-1 the count on Svets. Now the pitch. Off the plate, it's ball 4, and the bases are loaded again for the Green Wave. The powerful inning continues. And it looks like Russell will re-enter for Vega, which I feel like would be a little bit interesting to see. I think if Torzidlo gets 2 home, puts 2 in scoring position, that will win the game. Vega stays in, bunts it. 2 outs, runner at third, and then you trust Stibley to get something in. But then again, Russell could do that same exact job. But first, it starts with Torzidlo. First pitch, up and out, 1-0. I think the Namers are playing to win it right now.
Absolutely, but always got to be weary. Like I said, not the fastest runners on base outside of Joe Svets.
So basically, get the 2 home, and it should be smooth, speedy sailing.
Hopefully.
Here comes the 1-0. Off the plate, it's 2-0. For Normandy, no action in their bullpen. They play Monday in conference. You have to save your arms.
Yeah, looks like they're going to live or die. Live or die by the pitcher on the mound.
They have Bay on Monday. That's going to be a tough, tough battle. Bay has been really good this year. 2-0 the count. Williams looking for a get-right pitch. Here's the offering. Up and out, it's 3-0. And as well, speaking at Bay Village, we once again send our condolences to the community along with the family of Dylan Vaselik, who passed away tragically after getting hit in a game against Olmsted Falls on Tuesday. 3-0 counts on towards Zidlow. A walk here makes it 8-1. Holy name. No reason to swing. That might have been 1, but it is in the zone nonetheless. 3-1, and I don't think there was any intent to swing.
I wouldn't have swung towards Zidlow. Same philosophy for him.
Just let it happen. That's kind of what this has to be for Holy Name. They've seen a couple of walks already in this inning. Why not one more? And this will be the 3rd in a row if it happens. It won't. Popped deeply by towards Zidlow. It's into center field for out number 2. They will tag Sastry. He will score. Towards Zidlow does his job, making it 8-1. Holy Name on top. A good little sacrifice that clears the runner from third base, but still the quote-unquote winning run is in the box, and it is Russell Macetta. But I feel like right now we could see a couple of runs score. Holy Name would need a lot to go their way down the stretch, but to be fair, a lot has already gone their way if they are to end the game right here, right now. And if they do, Cam, 11 runs in 1 inning.
Absolutely insane.
They're 1 run away from their best outing of the day. 8 runs is not their best in a single frame today, which is just wild to wrap your mind around. They had 9 in the second inning against North Olmsted. They have been dominant today. It took them a little bit to find their stride, but now that they have, this could be a sign of things to come. Deep in games when they're struggling in these pitchers' duels backed by Dom, they can, in the end, find their stride when it matters most and help them out. A heavy carry off the plate. Now 1-1. Once again, it goes to Stibley in the on-deck circle after Masetta. This has been a very long inning. If it ends very soon, then it will be an hour and 45 into the ballgame. And that was after 4 innings, I believe, took around 40 minutes. The 1-1. Off the plate, but just in on the corner. A good spot hit by Williams. 1-2.
Yeah, just, I think, barely hit that spot on the outside corner, but looked pretty good to me from this angle.
It's protection time for Holy Name. Masetta over 1 on the day with a strikeout looking. Either way, the job has been done. But before the pitch to Masetta, Williams will call time on the rubber. Holy Name believes they have a few more runs left to give. Williams checks back, a good lead over at second. The pitch. It goes by. That will put 2 in scoring position for Russell. 2-2 now the count. It looked like he wanted to swing, and if he did, he could have been on base, but obviously that's not the approach you want when swinging the bat. But runs 9 and 10 now in scoring position. Realistically, the Namers are 1 hit away from equaling their best inning of the day and probably one-upping it. 2-2 the count on Masetta. Still a lot of work to do in the box if he is to get on base. Williams setting up. Now the pitch. It is in there for strike 3, looking, and the side finally is retired by Normandy. But now before the Namers come alive, plating 8 runs in the bottom of the 5th. End of 5 here at Ron Mottl Field. A new ball game has broken out. Holy Name 8, Normandy 1, your score.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Well, if you missed the bottom of the 5th inning, you missed pretty much all of the action of today's game. 8-1, Holy Name on top of Normandy. 8 runs scoring, but Cam, that is still not their most explosive inning of the game.
Of the day, not of the game.
Of the day, true, but still, somehow in some way, they brought back their offense. And usually in games like this, that is where one run scores, the offense falls flat, and the rest just doesn't follow suit. But in this game, they were able to turn it around and now lead by 7. Fouled away, 0-1 the count, as we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Green Wave. It is Garrett Nemec. We did expect him to come on, but now the question's more on the offense. Is it 1 inning or 2? But it is Hinkle in the box right now, followed by Sycon and Steele set to hit for Normandy. Here comes the 0-1. Right in there, 4-0-2. 2 good offerings from Garrett Nemec and one of his first, if not his first, outing for the Green Wave this year on the mound.
Yeah, good, strong strike there.
Now 0-2 on Hinkle. Nemec looking for a simple 3-pitch strikeout. Unable to get it. Almost struck the helmet of Hinkle as he is able to get out of the way. 1-2. Given that Garrett hasn't pitched in a while, what do you think his total pitch count can be today?
I'm really not sure.
Now 2-2 as he misses down low.
Missed up high, actually.
But I will say today, for the really first time this year at Ron Mottl Field, we are having a slight bee problem.
Well, it's summer now.
The tide definitely has turned in favor of the warmer months. The 2-2 breaks in beautifully. Not strike 3, looking at just misses, and we are full.
I thought that was going to be strike 3.
It looked really good from our angle, but just unable to drip in. It was close, but not close enough. Full count now after being 1-2 a while ago. The payoff is low. A good job by Hinkle as he is able to draw a leadoff walk. I believe it was 0-2. And now Hinkle able to work back the leadoff walk. Can he continue along the base path? That is going to be a big question. Normandy is going to need to get their momentum from somewhere after a rough defensive 5th inning. That's a good start, but they need a lot more where that came from if they are going to make their comeback, which they do have time and they do have the power to do it. Nemec sets and fires. A good leadoff for Hinkle. No throwback, it's ball 1. Cam, just seeing the way that he is getting a lead over at first, I am surprised to not see a back pick attempted by towards Zidlow.
Yes, very true. He kind of has a pretty big lead over there. Could see if Garrett decides to pick off here.
I don't think he will. Runner gets a big secondary towards Zidlow. Still not buying in. It's 2-0. I think the issue is if he throws back, he's going to go take second.
That could be it.
But 2-0 the counts on Sycon. A good opportunity for him to get hit number 1 on the day. Over 1 on the day with a strikeout, but also he has walked. Make it ball 3. Nemec going back to last at bat, 7 straight balls. He needs a strike in there right now. If not, 2 on to begin the inning. A rough start.
Not where you want to be.
The runner still staying put, the 3-0. And it is finally in the zone. 3-1 the count on the 3-0. Given how close it was to being a ball, very surprised to not see Hinkle take off. 3-1 the count. Nemec needs a get right once again. Time called before he can offer. But Normandy down by 7. If they are to come back with 6 outs to work with, it has to start now. It already has started, but the start needs to be more dominant. And that is ball 4. 2 walks to begin this inning for the Invaders, and that will help them get right back into this game. Realistically, Cam, how many runs do they need to score this inning to have a shot entering the top of the 7th?
I think you got to get at least 3 or 4 to put you in a good position.
Steele has been retired twice today, both by Nemeth. But before any more pitches, Zidlow will go and talk to Nemec on the mound. I think right now the conversation is simply play catch. But it looks like maybe a little bit more, potentially something planned out between the two. An extra couple of seconds added in there on top. So we will see what that was about if it ends up being something in regard to the way this game plays out. But Nemec, in search of a strike, needs a get-right pitch. He had a strike moments ago. Needs another one here. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. That's how he wants to start these at-bats from here on out. The question is, can he do so? Steele looking for a breakthrough for the Invaders. After Steele, it goes to Sabin, then Simmons. Nemec ready to go. It's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Elevates it. Now 0-2.
Starting off really good here this at-bat. Got to keep it going, though.
He needs to find the third and final strike that will put the Namers in a better spot. Out number one needs to come at the plate with no other movement behind. 0-2. Now the pitch. Up and out. I don't mind that offering from Nemec as it invites a chase. But it looked like just a little bit way too far out.
Yeah, I was going to say that was just a little bit too far out to really be a competitive pitch.
Still a 1-2 to work with. Not a bad spot for Nemec or really for Steele to be in. Time now called, and it is called by Steele. I think small ball is out of the question, though.
You got to get some big hits.
So 1-2, still the count. Nemec looking for out number one at the plate. Here's the pitch. Crank deep to left center. It could be down in the gap, and it is. It is extra bases for Steele. They will score a run. An RBI double for Lucas Steele puts Normandy back on the board.
Yep, finally, just like when I said that, they need a big hit, and he delivers one on the next pitch. Fly ball into deep left field, left center, and Normandy looking pretty good here, but they still need to cash in on these.
Now a 6-run game. You could cut it to 4 with a base hit here from Sabin, who is 0 for 2 on the day. It'll be interesting to see then, does Holy Name have to go to their bullpen? Nemec ready to go. Fires the first pitch of this at-bat, and it is on the corner, 0-1.
2 back-to-back. He didn't record the out on the last one, but still good first pitches after that little mound visit between him and Mikey.
He needs to keep it rolling here. Up in the count, 0-1. Nemec sets and fires. Upstairs, count even. But if Normandy is able to kind of force the hand of Holy Name, we get a really competitive bottom of the 6th inning where the game really flips on its head. And as well, we are nearing the 2-hour mark of this game. The pitch. Off the plate, now 2-1. But no, they call it 1-2.
I guess the umpire likes it out there.
If he is able to hit that spot again, you're going to see a chase. But the issue, Cam, look at that right field line. So much open space. If it's kind of a push swing down that line, both runs score, and he's in at second easily, maybe third. It's a 1-2 count. The pitch goes out there again, and kind of as expected, it goes to that right side, hangs in the air, and fouls in between Masetta and towards Zidlow. But I think now, seeing that you're going to have to move Wisniewski closer to that line.
Maybe, but doesn't look like he is going to. He's actually moving farther away from it.
But I think just looking at it, I think that's kind of what you would expect him to do and kind of really do as that right fielder. 1-2 the count. Nemec looking for a big out. Number one sails it upstairs. Now 2-2.
Don't mind the curveball there, but releases it too high and ends up just a non-competitive pitch.
He needs to battle back in. 2-2. A little bit close for comfort right now for the Green Wave. 1 run has scored this inning. They don't want it to be any more. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That is out number 1, and it comes at the perfect time for the green and white.
Very, very important strikeout there.
Out number 1 has been recorded. Now Austin Simmons, the second baseman, will step back in for the Invaders. A walk and a strikeout to his name thus far. 2 runners on, 1 down in the top of the 6th. Holy Name 8, Normandy 2, your score. First pitch from Nemec sails up and out, 1-0. After Simmons, it goes to Lucas Rooney, then top. Looking at the rest of the schedule, though, for Normandy in the meantime, they have Bay on Monday and Tuesday. Then they go to North on Thursday before hosting Westlake on Friday and closing out their regular season on May 21st at home against North Olmsted. The 1-0 misses upstairs, now 2-0. And you also have to be really careful of loading up the bases. Normandy is a team that in years past has really punished the Namers for giving them those situations.
Don't remind me.
2-0 the count. Nemec needs a get right. Won't find it there. Ball 3. For Holy Name in the bottom of the 6th, it is Stibley, Frank, and Nemeth set to hit. And they might need some offense. 3-0 the count. Nemec takes his time. The pitch. Right in there now. 3-1. A good get right from Nemec. I think that was more just find the middle of the zone. And from there, you'll deal with the consequences. But still some work to do for Garrett Nemec. A hitter's count for Simmons. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Now full. What a battle back by Garrett Nemec.
And he needs to come again with his best stuff right here. Last 2 right in there. He's got to rinse and repeat.
Simmons has 2 runners in scoring position. Can he convert the payoff? Swing and a miss. Garrett Nemec, a storm back for out number 2.
From 3-0 to 3-3. And that third strike. That third, you know what I meant.
The third strike gets out number 2 on Simmons. But 2 strikeouts in a row. You had 2 walks to begin. The RBI double sandwiched in between 2 strikeouts. Now Lucas steps in. If you're Normandy and want a chance to compete in the 7th, you need those 2 runs to score. The pitch from Nemec fouled over the press box, 0-1. Once again, stay tuned after our final commercial break, which is after this game concludes, where we will announce the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center Player of the Game. Still a lot of candidates up for that award. The 0-1. Crank left side. Sastry unable to get it cleanly. Gets the tag in time, but will the run count? We will see.
I think the run should count because he scored before. The run, I think that means the run counts.
The run does score.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So the run does score on the error from Sastry, but he is able to get the tag down. That's a great recovery, though, from JR. Obviously, you don't want that run to score, but that's better than keeping the inning going. Middle of 6 at Ron Mottl Field. Holy Name up 8-3 on Normandy.
If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3888
3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The Namers have some work to do in the bottom of the sixth inning, up by 5. They surrendered 2 runs in the top of the inning. Cam, your thoughts on the recovery job of Garrett Nemec? A rough start, but in the end, he is able to bring the defense to a very good ending.
Yeah, gave up some unfortunate walks there early. Couldn't really find control, but able to kind of hone in and finally able to find it. And like you said, gets those strikeouts late.
In the end, 2 runs would score for Normandy, and that puts us where we are right now. 8-3 the score. And keep in mind, Cam, anything before the top of the 5th inning doesn't really matter. It was 0-0 through 4. But in every half inning since, we have had at least 1 run score. The 1-0 to Stibley backs him out just a bit, now 2-0. It is still Dominic Williams on the bump for Normandy. He came in for Wolf about, I would say, time-wise, a quarter into the bottom of the 5th. I don't think there were any outs when Wolf was pulled.
I do not believe.
But 2-0 the count on Stibley. Williams looking for strike 1, and he will get it. A good offering. The get-right pitches have been crucial for both sides today. Williams, the junior, looking to even it up at 2-2. A lot of downtime in between these pitches. Off the plate now, 3-1. After Stibley, it goes back to the top of the order with Harrison Frank and Nick Nemeth set to hit in this inning, barring any pinch hits. Stibley in a very, very good spot. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Off the plate, ball 4, and it is a 5-pitch walk to open up the bottom of the 6th for the Green Wave.
Always good when you get speed on the base pass, especially as you're nearing the end of your order. Possibly turn it over to the top of the lineup and get some more runs.
Holy Name would need 5 runs to get the run rule put into effect this inning. We saw them get 8 last time, so it is not out of the realm of possibility quite yet. Stibley, a good head-first slide back into first, keeps him in the game. Frank so far today, 2 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and then the big 2 RBI double. That really changed the dynamic of this game for the Green Wave as it came after a bunt from Stibley and then a big, big hit from Vega. The throw to 1 sails over. Harry is safe, and that will give third base to Stibley. But what a beautiful bunt by Harrison Frank.
Yeah, just gets it down, and then the pitcher comes off the mound to try and make the play and throws it into right field. Thank goodness for Normandy, the right fielder was paying attention and was over there.
But a tough one there. Runners at the corners, and now up steps Nick Nemeth. Nemeth with first and third. 1 for, I would say 3 on the day. He did reach on an error, so he has been able to score, I believe, at least once, but no RBIs yet himself. And now we have a rundown. Nobody at third, but that gives a free peg to Frank as he takes second. We will watch that one back, Cam, but I'm impressed.
Yeah, I think I don't even know what happened. I think Stibley might have broke for home and then Harry just kind of went in the background.
And he did, and you see it right on your screen behind.
Oh, I think so. I think Harry left first, and then Stibley broke.
Perfectly executed. So that will put 2 runners in scoring position for Nick Nemeth, and ball 1 as well. So runs 9 and 10 right in place for Nick Nemeth to strike. Once again, you need 5 this inning to call it quits. This is how you get it started. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Cranked ground ball over towards short. Picked up. It will score a run. The throw is in time for out number 1. Either way, Nemeth does his job, making it 9-3. Holy Name on top.
And Harry moves up on the ground ball, so good opportunity here for Wisniewski as he, like you said, tries to inch closer to that. Now only 4 runs needed for the run rule.
Wisniewski 0 for 3 on the day, but can change that with 1 swing of the bat. At a minimum, he will score a run, but he will be surrendered for out number 2. Pretty much a runner for a runner. Holy Name takes run number 10, but at the price of Wisniewski. So 10-3 the score. But Cam, once again, they did the job. They pushed runs across. Obviously, they would have liked to have kept Nemeth and Wisniewski for their speed alone on the base path, but you take those 2 runs. Now Sastry steps in. He can definitely give a powerful fight in the box. Either way, 7 runs. The defense will have to work with that. If they can't keep it in check with 7 runs of insurance, it'll be a tough bottom of the 7th inning, but based on the way they've played so far, it is looking good for the green and white. Good take by Sastry.
If Garrett can pitch like he did toward the end of last inning, he should be golden. But if he comes out like he came out last inning, we might get a little scary.
And as well, we are around an hour and 10 minutes into game number 2. Off the plate, a good eye from Sastry. After JR, it goes to Garrett Nemec, who is warming up in the on-deck circle. But definitely an interesting day at the ballpark for the Green Wave. 25 runs across the 2 games. A whole lot of offense. That pitch hits him. A hard 90 for JR Sastry. And now he will stare down the pitcher, and it looks like the catcher's just going to follow him down. And now Sastry's going to get talked to by the umpire. But still, very interesting there that the catcher tried following down.
I think he was just making sure he didn't get in between him and the pitcher.
I give him a lot of credit for doing that, especially given just the overall stature of Sastry. If something were to break out like that, that would not have been an easy job by any means to get in between that. So all the credit in the world to Colin Rooney. With 2 down now, Nemec will step in. But a very interesting ending to the bottom of the 6th. And now Don Marchetta doing some theatrics.
I don't know what's going on there, but the bench seems to like it.
The dugout just having a good time today. Don Marchetta most likely will be your starter for game 1 against Padua. A weak shot by Nemec. He does have a chance to beat it out, but the throw in plenty of time from Williams. The side is retired. We will watch that one back, but Cam, a good response by Williams. He gives up the hard 90 and then immediately responds by making a play in the field.
Yeah, good play there and sets his feet, makes a nice strong throw to first to end the inning.
Now we go to the top of the 7th inning. Normandy, they need a lot to go their way to win this one. 10-3, Holy Name on top. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
The final inning of our doubleheader today at Ron Mottl Field. It has been a good day of specifically offense. Holy Name 25 runs across the two games. They lead Normandy by a score of 10-3. The defense looking for the final 3 outs of the ball game to seal a 2-game winning streak. Losing last night to Orange was not initially planned, but it ended up happening. A tough heartbreaker there, but they have responded really well in this game.
Yeah, I mean, they really have responded well. First in the first game with their offensive onslaught, and then here in this game as well. Kind of an offensive onslaught a little bit later, but still, nonetheless, offense finally able to get going.
And as well, without their top 3 pitchers. No Dom, no Harry, no Frankie. It was Russell Macetta, Luke Hudak, Garrett Nemec, who's on the mound now, and Brendan Preissel, who were your pitchers today. But it is a leadoff walk for the Invaders. So down the stretch, they will try and force across a few runs. We will see how they are going to execute that. I think we could see some small ball happen.
Very possibly, but if you're Normandy, you can't really afford to give up these outs. You only have 3 really to work with.
It is Reyes now stepping into the box for the Invaders. Last up, an RBI single. That pitch sailing upstairs. Ball 5 now this frame from Garrett Nemec.
Starting off the same way he started off last inning. A little bit shaky. Now he's going to come out and get sucked to by the pitching coach. I don't know if they're going to get anyone up. I don't know who they have to get up is really the thing.
I don't think you really can right now, especially with conference games coming up. You're up by 7, even if this gets to be an ugly 10-9 win, which would be the big extreme, of course. But I think you have to live and die by Nemec unless he physically can't go.
I would have to agree.
That's kind of why we saw Williams stay in as long as he did. And same with Wolf. It's kind of like you know what's happening. You know what's coming up. You have to play for the conference. Obviously, the conference is out of the question, but you still kind of put an emphasis on those conference games. Win the ones you can and call the ones you can't.
Yeah, I was going to say they're still important, but not as important as, pretty much the conference is pretty much wrapped up.
It is a battle between Lakewood and Bay, most likely at the top, but a very good battle nonetheless. And if Holy Name does win, they would improve to 8-11 on the year, which for those keeping track at home would tie their win tally from last year, including the playoffs, and also would match the year before. So they have a chance to, for the first time since what would be the 2022 season, finish with more than 8 wins. And it's yet another walk, but I had 3-0, and it appears so did the umpire, so not quite.
Almost. The batter from first was on his way to second and quickly realized
The Namer defense could have played the full too and tried to do something, but they didn't.
So I think that's what Mikey was thinking about doing.
The pitch. And there's strike 1. First strike of the inning from Garrett Nemec. He needs to follow that up with something else competitive. You don't want to give a gimme pitch to a guy like Victor Reyes, who has been sensational. But at the same time, you have to challenge. That time he misses upstairs, and that is finally ball 4. 2 walks to begin the inning, just like last time, and that will put a runner in scoring position. Time now being called. I think somebody's going to come in, and I think that somebody could be Nick Nemeth.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Or do we see the most obscure change of all time when J.R. Sastry comes on as someone who's pitched in the past, but not right now?
We are going to see Wiz.
So Ryan Wisniewski being called in from right field. Hudak, he is going to come on. He'll play left. That's kind of more of his natural spot. Stibley will go to right, I assume. Or he could go to right himself, but I think you're going to keep Hudak in left where he had success last game.
Definitely could see that, but we will see.
This will probably be the last pitcher Holy Name uses today, regardless of the outcome. Ryan Wisniewski on to close this one out for the Green Wave. 2 on, no outs in the top of the 7th. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007. Ryan Wisniewski on to try and nail down Holy Name's 8th win of the season. This is OHSAA Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. For those just joining us, he's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. It has been a good day for baseball. Beautiful afternoon. I mean, sunny and 75. Perfect as can be weather-wise.
Absolutely. Maybe it's a little warmer out there, but in the box, nice and cool. We're in the shade.
Definitely good for not only us, but the equipment. Ground ball right side. Maceta, the backhand, able to get it over to Wiz for out number 1. An excellent stop by Russell.
Excellent stop by Russell. Excellent stop, or excellent athletic play by Ryan Wisniewski to make sure to come off the mound and be able to get over there.
And you'll see that part of it. Just tremendous work from Wisniewski. You see that hustle, you see that break, and then in the end, able to get over there. But Russell Maceta, he answered the call perfectly. Now we go to Nick Hinkle, the shortstop. A double play ends the game. We said that last time, and we saw an 8-6 double play, but I don't know if we're going to see that again. Wisniewski setting up for the first pitch. Skips away, but no movement. It looked like a good pitch, but I think since he dropped it, it's ball 1.
That's usually what happens. You would know.
Usually it is, unless it's a no doubt right down the middle. It's tough to see, but you kind of have to stick it to show the umpire where it is. But at the same time, if they see you just swipe your glove, they are going to know it's not in the zone. Swing and a miss, now 1-1. Wisniewski doing a good job throughout this outing so far, albeit a small sample size. Still, the runs behind him would not count against him.
They are not his responsibility, but still trying not to let them score.
Now 2-1.
It's close.
This is his 3rd appearance of the year. I believe a 26 ERA. This would definitely help him get back into the right direction for that number. 2-1 on Hinkle. It is Sycon and Steele awaiting in the on-deck circle and the hole, respectively. Holy Name looking to walk out of here with a 2nd win on the day. Crank down the left field line. Hudak getting over there, and it will break foul. Count now sits at 2-2. I think with that swing, you are going to see Hudak kind of anchor on the line.
Most likely. Very early on that fastball, and luckily for Holy Name, goes foul.
Strategically, what I would do is have him kind of hug the line, center bump a little bit, right kind of stay home, but Nemeth kind of just play on the edge of the grass, a little bit more depth. That way he can act as a quote-unquote fourth outfielder. The 2-2 miss is now full.
Especially with his speed, we know he's got that.
I think Hudak definitely did move over.
I believe so. Definitely a very big gap in the left center.
So I think that's what they're going to do with Nemeth. Keep him back. The payoff hit right side instead. Stibley lets it fall, and that will score a run. The relay won't come home. Put runners at the corners, one down. Normandy scores for the 4th time today. Just a good swing, taking it the opposite way by Hinkle. Exactly what he wanted to do. It drops right in front of Stibley. There was not enough time for Danny to dive at the ball. He just lets it fall, relays it in as quick as he can. Normandy back within 6. Might be a little bit too late.
But at the same time, they're still able to try and get a couple runs here and maybe create some havoc.
This game is not over until we see out number 3 this inning. First pitch misses up 1-0 the count on Sycon. And if absolutely needed, and I mean absolutely, if it's maybe a 1-run game, we see Frankie or somebody come on just to nail them down.
I don't know if Frankie's going to pitch.
Frankie just threw, actually he threw yesterday, so he can't be him. But even if Dom throws 5 pitches, somebody to come on and seal it if necessary. You can't lose this game being up by 7 entering the final inning. And they know that. But a 2-0 count on Sycon. The pitch. Runs inside and gets away from towards Zidlow. Now 3-0. Or do we see Nemeth come in?
We could.
You have to be careful with pitch counts for Monday. Wisniewski, I don't think, would pitch against Padua in that series. Neither would Nemec or Preissel. Nemeth would. 10 pitch maximum. But then he could probably throw again Tuesday. But we will see. The 3-0. It is low. The bases are loaded for Normandy. Do not go anywhere yet, ladies and gentlemen. The ball game is not quite over. But with that, the double play ball was still in effect, but even more so, it is. Play anywhere around the horn. Holy Name definitely needs a strong ending to this game. They cannot let their foot off the gas, but still, keep in mind, Cam, this isn't their main rotation on the mound.
Yeah, they got a couple of different guys that they don't normally have, but they need Wisniewski to come up clutch here.
And they called that one a ball just off the plate. A close miss, but from our angle, it looked pretty much there.
I thought that was in there.
Wiz trying to respond. Here comes the 1-0. Same spot, more carry this time, so 2-0. So in the hole would be your tying run to look that far ahead. Because this would make it 5, and then another walk makes it 6, and then all of a sudden, there you go. The 2-0, swing and a miss, now 2-1. That's a big help to the Namer defense. But definitely, Wisniewski needs to play it a little bit safe on the mound. More in regard to throwing strikes, but still, he is going to have to challenge at some point, and I think that time is right now. Here is the 2-1. Upstairs, now 3-1. You cannot walk home a run here.
Needs to come with his best stuff here.
And it'll be interesting to see, if necessary, who warms up. And I think Alexic just picked up a glove.
Oh, boy.
The 3-1. It's upstairs. It's 10-5. 2 walks in a row. And Mike Alexic is trotting to the bullpen. But at the same time, so is Dom Marchetta. Who is warming up?
We will see by whoever gets up on the mound.
But I think it has to be Alexic.
That is Alexic.
I mentioned it earlier. That's one of the arms that can throw, and it won't impact the order. I like it if you need to. But still, the tying run now in the on-deck circle for Normandy. Trying times here at Ron Mottl Field. Chop weakly left side. This should be a potential out somewhere, but no, they get the out at 1 for out number 2. But now there's a frustration. I think a run scores. That should be out number 2. We'll try and get it back to see what happened. And now we're going to see what happened. That is tough to see. The replay saw some of it, but
Might pull it up on the old phone here.
what is the appeal?
They want to appeal to see if it
It hit him. It
definitely
did.
did.
So that should just be no contest. It's 2 outs, 10-6 the score, I believe. So it's the final countdown, a 4-run game, but that, I don't know, Cam. I don't know. Line left side, foul 0-1. And now they're continuing, but Cam, I think there's a pretty good argument there.
Yeah.
At a minimum, time's called, ball's out of play, you don't play it. I think that's what happens when you swing and it hits you like that. It's not necessarily still a hard 90 because it's not. It's just a strike.
Yes.
Now 0-2. Well, this is going to be an interesting ending here, Cam. 0-2 the count on Saban. Or excuse me, that is number 5, Simmons in the box. 0-2, Wisniewski to nail the win. Runs inside, almost hits him, now 1-2. Stay tuned after the final commercial break as we will announce the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center player of the game. And we will have some conversation as this game has gotten a lot closer than expected. 1-2 the count on Simmons. Wisniewski in search of the final strike. Won't get it there as it hangs too high. Count now even. But still, regardless of the outcome, I think we're going to look at one play in this game, and that was the one that hit Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Still an even count. Wisniewski tries again. Fouled away, a good battle by Simmons. I think post-game we'll have a conversation about that one and just kind of give our final thoughts on it.
Yes.
It's a necessary conversation to have given the implications on this game. But 2-2 the count after the foul. Wisniewski will try again. The pitch off the plate, and we are full. If this is a walk, then the tying run will be in the box again. Runners at first and second. It's a big payoff pitch. You're not going to see any trickery on the base path here. You can't. The game is on the line. Here it is, and it is in there. Strike 3 looking, and the game is over. Holy Name beats old GLC rivals Normandy by a final score of 10-6. What a final pitch from Wisniewski. And I don't think Normandy's going out for the handshake.
Wow.
What an ending. We will step aside here real quick. Once the replay is over, we will have one final word from our sponsors, then announce our our Healthiest You Chiropractic Center player of the game, and we will have the handshake line in the end. Just to make sure, given the implications of this game, we're going to leave the camera on just to make sure nothing happens, and then we will go to commercial. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com
or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. If you want honesty and experience in your next real estate transaction, look no further than Patrick Mitchell at Century 21 D Perio. You can give him a call at 440-431-7458. And if you mention Holy Name Baseball and purchase a home through him, he will make a $150 donation to the Holy Name Baseball program. Patrick Mitchell is a proud coach and supporter of Holy Name Baseball since 2007.
A very caustic final here at Ron Mottl Field. Holy Name takes down Normandy 10-6. Your player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Cam, he was only in for one at-bat, but he made that much of an impact, scoring 2 runs. It's Matt Vega. Talk about that at-bat.
Yeah, I mean, originally we thought he was coming in to bunt. He tried to lay it down a couple times. We got a little confused up here. We thought it was an 0-2 count. Apparently it was 2-0, so he was swinging away and then got all the way to a 3-2 count. Looked a little scary, but Matt Vega said, don't worry, I got this. Lined a single through the left side of the infield. Scored 2. Really the turning point of this game. And then Holy Name's offense finally comes alive and scores a ton of runs and an eventual win this game.
But I think before we give our final announcements, we have to talk about that play. For those who missed it, Logan Saban swung. The ball, I think, hit his knee.
I think it hit. That's why it looks so weird. Because originally I thought it hit. I thought it hit off of his bat, and I guess the umpire thought it did too. But with it hitting off your knee, whenever you swing and it hits you, it should be a dead ball and just an automatic strike. But because it went to the field of play, I think the umpire was a little confused and thought it hit off his bat. So that's why they never called it. I'm confused as to why at least the infield umpire didn't see how it literally hit off of his knee instead of the baseball bat.
And that could have really changed the outcome of this game. I mean, you don't want to speculate in a good win like this for Holy Name, but 2 outs, we could be talking about a 10-10 game.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Normandy fans. I think they have every right to be upset about it.
And I think that is where we will leave that conversation. We'll leave it for the speculators at home. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Trying to hit 3,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So, if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. And finally, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen. But that will do it from Ron Mottl Field. He's been Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from the Mott, and we will see you on Monday at Padua. This has been OHSAA Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time.